Hi, I want to talk a little bit about rotations in an animated walk. And when we've rotated the hips, as we did in the first part of the walk assignment through space, we've rotated that hip. And you've noticed that if you use the Kayla ray, that head stayed constrained to the master controller in this case. And whenever you have like a contact pose or any sort of pose that's major and you've rotated the hips in the walk in particular, you're going to want to counter that rotation to get the body in balance with having also the opposite arm from leg set up to swing through. So we counter the rotation of the hips with the rotation of the spine. And you can do that. We've got a bunch of controls that we're using here in the spine for Kayla. You can create one big twist with the top spine controller here, or you can sort of split that rotation to get a gentler rotation by using the mid one and then also splitting that and creating kind of partitioning that rotation value between those two controls. This one's the tweaker that I'm not using. I'm not using this this control. We also have the spine hip controller that does even more, can give us even more control of Kayla. But I think that if you've used the master hip controller to create your rotations for your walk on that contact pose, we're pretty safe if we use the mid and the top to create the counter rotation. And again, here we're fortunate in that head continues to be constrained to the master controller. So wherever Kayla is facing, the head follows, is constrained to that direction. Many rigs don't have that, so you would even have to counter the head after you've rotated the spine. You would actually have to counter that rotation with the head so that the head would no longer be following the spine, but would now be looking forward towards the direction that the character was walking. I hope that helps you understand the importance of countering the spine rotations with the hip in a walk to set that arm up for helping that arm and shoulder up for helping the character stay in balance throughout the walk. And so with that other contact pose, you would have to do the opposite counter hip. So if the leg of the left leg was on stride contacting, we would want to create our counter rotations with the spine, so that arm would be rotating in the other way. I hope that clarifies the importance of countering rotations for balance in a walk.